Okay guys, so today we're going to be talking about Groudon, and this is one of my personal favorite Pokemon. I love the shiny for this guy, so I'm super excited that he's coming back in the raids. Even though I already have one, I'd really like to try to get a Shundo on this guy. But let's go ahead and look at his stats and everything. So if we look at his Hundo, if you're going to get a Hundo, a perfect IV of him, it's going to be 2351. However, if you do get one in Weather Boost, it's 2,939. So just shy of 3,000 to catch would be amazing, especially because he does max out at level 40 at 4115. So that's only 1,100 CP that you'd have to raise him. However, if you are going to put some extra large candies, which is another reason why I'm super excited that this raid is coming back out, you can max him up to 50 now with the extra large candies, and his CP can increase to 4,652. So he's definitely a beast when it comes to the CP. Now, if we look at his attack, he's got 270, so he's ranked 19 for the attack, defense 228, ranked 28, and stamina 205, ranked 126. That's his lowest stat, just like Kyogre's, and it's still not bad. It's not the worst, but it's definitely not like his attack or defense stat where he really shines. Now, as far as weaknesses, he is going to be weak to water, grass, and ice. So the same counters for some of the same counters for Kyogre you'll be able to use for him, as well as the Kyogre. But when it comes to resisting, he will resist rock, poison, and electric. Now keep in mind, in the other games he's going to be immune to electric, but in Pogo it's just going to be not very effective. And he is still currently the #1 ground type attacker, so he is a beast, especially with that very high attack stat. He's able to do a lot of damage as a ground type attacker, so you definitely want to make sure you have him to fill that typing need. As far as the raid is concerned, this is obviously going to be a level 5 raid, and his CP is 54,411. So he definitely is a little beefy, a little tanky, but he's not the worst we've seen, and with the right counters you can definitely drop him with just a group of 4, 5, or 6 people. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on into the movesets. Now with Groudon here, we've got a couple different things we need to look at. We need to look at him from the raid perspective, and we need to look at him from a PvP perspective. So from a raid perspective, you're pretty much going to be using Mud Shot as his quick move and Earthquake as his charge attack. Now you could give him a second charge attack if you want and have Fire Punch on there for coverage. I don't necessarily recommend that, but if you're light on good fire type Pokemon, then maybe that's something you want to do. Don't use Fire Blast, it's not very good, and Solar Beam's kind of somewhere in the middle, but Fire Punch would be the fire attack or second charge attack that you would have on this Pokemon. As far as the quick move, again, it's going to be Mud Shot. The reason you're going to use Mud Shot over Dragon Tail is simply because it's going to charge your charge move up much faster. Dragon Tail does a tiny bit more damage, but Mud Shot is going to give you charge moves which do a lot more damage, so definitely go with Mud Shot there. Now when it comes to PvP, you might want to switch things up a little bit. Quick move, I'm still going to recommend Mud Shot. You could use Dragon Tail if it's going to complement your team, but there's not a whole lot of use for Dragon Tail because you don't have a complemented charge move for it. So just stick with Mud Shot in my opinion and get your charge attacks much faster. Now as far as the charge attacks, you might want to have 2 different charge attacks for the Groudon if you're going to use him in PvP. He's still not bad in PvP. He's not a top 5 right now, but he isn't bad, and you definitely want to have his Earthquake on there for his stab bonus. It's going to be his heaviest hitting damage anyways, but now this is probably where you want Fire Punch because you're able to get the bars fast for it, and it's a great coverage type move to have in PvP. And when it was added, it definitely put him in kind of a new category for PvP. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at some counters, some Pokemon that you want to use against Groudon in the upcoming raids. And we're going to have an assortment of grass and water type Pokemon here, with, of course, Shadow Mewtwo being in this list, because when is he not? And Mega Venusaur, Shadow Gyarados, Mega Blastoise, Shadow Swampert, Shadow Mewtwo, Shadow Venusaur, Kyogre, Mega Abomasnow, Shadow Salamence. Those are the top 9 Pokemon for this, to be able to counter to this Groudon here. You can tell that the Venusaur is on here twice, so that is definitely one you're going to look at here. Just keep in mind, if he does have his fire attack, then the Groudon is going to be able to counter those grass type Pokemon pretty well, especially that Mega Abomasnow. With his typing, he's going to get just murdered if he has his fire attack, so just keep that in mind. Otherwise, the water Pokemon are definitely a good choice to go with because they're going to be able to pretty much tank almost all of his hits without any kind of issue. That all being said, Mega Venusaur is the #1 choice in my opinion for raids for next week. Not only is he the #1 attacker against the Groudon, but he's also the #3 attacker against the Kyogre. So this is a very solid choice of a Pokemon if you're going to go ahead and use a Mega and you're out. You don't care which one you get, you just kind of want both. To Mega him up, and he's going to be able to do tons of damage to both of these guys. So definitely going to recommend the Mega Venusaur here, especially if you have Frenzy Plant and things of that nature. So if you've got his Community Day moves, you've got the candies to do the Mega on him, put him up there. He's going to do tons of damage. He's going to be able to tank a lot. Just keep in mind the Groudon does get that fire attack, so just keep that in the back of your head. And the Kyogre can get an Ice-type move as well. The Ice-type move being Blizzard, of course, so when you're using your Grass Pokemon, just be careful with that. And you're not going to use a lot of Water Pokemon against the Kyogre, but it also does get Thunder, so keep that in mind as well. But for the most part, Mega Venusaur is the Pokemon I would recommend for pretty much all of next week, and any raids that consist of these two Pokemon in the future. Okay, if this was helpful at all or you liked it, please drop a like and a subscribe. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments down below. I try to make sure I get every comment responded to. Otherwise, thank you for hanging out, guys. You can always come visit us at the Twitch channel where we do lots of Pogo and other Pokemon-related content. But other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Until then, take care.